Hi, Erin. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Erin Peacock, sales representative from Bella Vita Bags.
Nice to meet you as well. My name is Erin McNamara. I'm the retail manager here at Three Brothers Winery.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with me. I must compliment you on the winery. It looks absolutely beautiful. And that view of the vineyard, wow, you must love working here every day.
Thanks, Erin. We put a lot of hard work into the vineyard over the years. Working at such a cool place like Three Brothers really makes my job look easy.
I bet. And I actually had some of your wine recently, and it was amazing.
We do love to hear good feedback. We like when people like our wine.
Yes, I can't think of a reason why they wouldn't. Now, if I understand correctly, you're the sole buyer in charge of all of the purchasing decisions here?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, very good. And if you don't mind, I would like to ask you a few questions about your current merchandise offerings.
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, now how do you pick and choose what products you like to sell to your customers?
That's a good question. We try to sell things that attract people of all ages, like t-shirts, mugs, and hats. To be honest, our merchandise was doing really well when we first started, but hasn't been doing as well since. So we like to keep an open mind and try to explore products that are something unique.
I completely understand, and I like the fact that you're interested in a unique offering. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you're looking for as far as uniqueness goes?
Yeah, so as you know, our wine itself is unique, but I feel like we don't offer anything that complements our bottles of wine. So we're looking for something that people can not only use, but that enhances the product too.
I can see right where you're coming from. Now, as I was walking around your store, I noticed that you don't carry any freezable wine bags. Is there a reason why, or have you just not heard of them before?
I have seen them around a couple of times, but I just never had time to look into it further.
Okay, I see. Now, what happens when your customers come in looking for something to keep their wine chilled?
They might go on to another winery. There are a lot very close by. But we do have a recommendation box, and I have seen your freezable wine bags come up in that a few times.
I think a recommendation box is a great idea. Do you think that by not offering something that keeps your wine chilled has affected your sales?
Yeah, I definitely think that we're missing out on a great opportunity here.
And I think so too. How do you think your customers might react to having the opportunity to purchase a freezable wine bag at your store?
I think they would love that idea, Erin.
Awesome. I would really love to tell you a little bit more about Bella Vita and our freezable wine bags. Bella Vita started in 2002. The founders backpacked across 4 continents in 1.5 years, keeping their eyes open to start a new opportunity. And upon their return, they started Bella Vita. Our focus here is on providing a fun and uniquely designed quality product. And I know that Three Brothers likes to support a fun culture as well. We also pride ourselves in giving back to the community. So 92% of customer donations go directly towards feeding starving children internationally.
That's really cool. I had no idea that's how Bella Vita started. I'm interested to hear more.
Great. So this is the freezable wine bag, Erin. An advantage here is that the wine is much tastier when it's kept cold. Especially during those summer months when wine tasting is popular, people will want to drink that nice cold glass of wine. And a benefit to you is that the fruitiness of your wine bursts with flavor when chilled, and it keeps your customers coming back to buy more.
This is such a neat concept. I can really see how it would keep the wine more flavorful. It's one thing I definitely want is my customers coming back more.
Right. And it's also very compact. So since it's small and thin and foldable, your customers can keep it in the freezer very easily, and it doesn't take up much space. Also, if they would like to give it as a gift to a friend, there's no difficulties in wrapping it. Now, what this means for you is that you can store hundreds of these in stock, and you don't have to worry about it taking up space for other merchandise that you're currently selling.
I like this feature a lot. Space is money, and so you really have to utilize it efficiently.
Right. And lastly, it's also great for convenience. So as your customers are heading out the door to a party or an event, they can grab it right to go, right out of the freezer, and it's ready. And now, as they are attending these parties and events, it's likely that their friends might ask them where they got the freezable wine bag from, and they would say Three Brothers. And due to this viral marketing strategy, it can get people into the winery to check it out and do some wine tastings. And speaking of wine tastings, what you could do is you could have an example wine bag out, much like this one, with a bottle of wine right in it, and this can show people that convenience of it right then and there.
These all sound great, but I'm not totally convinced that the quality of the product is something my customers would be interested in.
I can understand why you're concerned about quality, as it's an essential part to every product. There isn't much to the wine bag itself, however, please don't let that change your perception. Try this bottle of water that's been chilling in the wine bag for 30 minutes. It's cold, isn't it?
Very refreshing.
Now, as you can see, you can truly depend on the wine bag for its intended purpose. In addition, you never have to worry about it breaking, going bad, or not working properly. It's made of a very durable yet soft type of plastic, so it'll last for a long time. And the simplest thing about it is that your customers can always count on their wine being cold. This is what's important to them and will make them happy. Have I addressed your concern about quality?
Yeah, thank you. Definitely reassures me that your product could be worth it for my customers.
I really appreciate your positive feedback. I feel that the freezable wine bags will work out well for you because we work very hard in designing a quality product that customers are satisfied with.
I think so too, Erin.
Great. Now, I'd just like to summarize a few things that we've talked about today. By adding Bella Vita wine bags to your selection, it will allow for that uniqueness that you've been looking for. And I feel that we can match this very nicely with Three Brothers culture. And we also talked about how your customers are entirely happy with the current wine selection and that they would love to have the opportunity to purchase a freezable wine bag at your store. And most importantly, we know that that nice cold glass of wine will keep your customers returning to the winery, and it's the relationship that you want to establish with them in order to grow your company. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, Erin, I agree with your summarization. Three Brothers is definitely looking for those long-term relationships and growth. But I am also afraid that your company is too large and we might get lost in the mix.
Yes. Bella Vita is a large company, and I've actually worked with large companies in the past, so I've shared your very same concern. However, I realized that it was all about how the salesperson treats you and not necessarily the company itself. In the end, we had great success with them. With that being said, our number one priority is making sure that our customers are treated with the utmost care. I am your dedicated salesperson and will always plan to follow up with you, making sure your needs are being met and the product is working out well for you. Of course, if you had any questions or concerns along the way, you have my contact information, so please don't hesitate to call me at any time. Does this make you feel a little bit better about it?
Yes, it does make me feel better about being paired with a company such as yours. Thank you. I do have one last concern. I'm not sure I can afford to spend very much right now.
Okay, and yes, it can be a large investment up front, but I really urge you to look at the long-term benefits of carrying a product that your competitors don't offer. Since you'll be the only winery in the area to carry this product, you have the ability to demand that full retail price, which in turn will increase your profit margins. And this can also boost your sales and help you reach that growth that you've been looking for. Can you see how the initial investment will positively impact your bottom line?
Yeah, I wasn't aware that we would be the only ones to be carrying the freezable wine bag. That's really great to hear. I think we're really heading in the right direction here.
Great. Do you understand how working with Bella Vita can benefit Three Brothers Winery?
I do. I look forward to seeing how my customers will react to the added merchandise in our store.
Great, and me too. How about you take this one as a sample, and I'll go ahead and schedule a follow-up meeting next week for Friday at 2 p.m. to get the contract signed?
Sure, that fits my schedule. I look forward to working with you and signing those papers.
Likewise, Erin, thanks again for taking time to discuss.